to the resolution before us that deals with Israel and Palestine. And I want to say that this is an example of where good people can agree with a resolution, such as what's before us, and yet disagree about some of the details that might be canvassed by many of us in debate on this issue. There can, and I want to say that there can be no peace without justice, but equally there can be no justice without truth. And the central and tragic truth of the Israel-Palestine conflict is that two people, the Jewish people and the Palestinians, have deep, century-long historical ties to a territory no larger than half of Tasmania. Both peoples want their political independence and to live in peace and freedom. It would be contrary to the great spirit of equal justice on which the Labor Party operates to affirm a collective right of self-determination for either people while denying it to the other. That is why the great Ben Chifley and Dr. Everett, 3/4 of a century ago, supported the UN recommendation in favour of the creation of two states for the two people. This principle remains at the bedrock of Labor policy to this day, and despite all the obstacles to its achievement on both sides, it is the sentiment behind the resolution now before us. What a tragedy for the people of that land that peace was never secured. Every time the moderate left in Israel has been fobbed off in negotiations with the Palestinian leadership in 2000, 2001, 2007 and 8, it emboldens and strengthens the right in Israel to the detriment of the people we would identify with on the left. But let me insist, a true friend of Israel is a friend of the Palestinian people. Viewing the conflict from a one-eyed perspective will not achieve peace. Any lasting solutions cannot be at the expense of Palestinians or Israelis. I see Israel as a vibrant democracy. The street protests are proof. Protection of trade union and religious rights also. I agree with what Premier Dan Andrews said a few months ago. Israel, indeed, is the only place in the region with a pride march, the only place in the region where women are treated equally. I can go on, he said. This too is hopefully the future of the Palestinians. Palestine and Israel relations present as a fragile, conflict-affected and vulnerable setting, where social cohesion, resilience and trust need to be built, maintained and strengthened. People of goodwill among Israelis and Palestinians are working on a range of projects to achieve this, something often overlooked by the media. Therefore, there is scope for Australia to provide aid, bilateral assistance and exchanges of expertise in a host of areas, including health, environment, economics, police training and related fields. Terrorism must be condemned.
30 seconds, Delegate.
I'll wind up very quickly, and more must be done by Hamas, the PLO and Israel to affirm this position. I agree with the Nobel Prize winning statement, the late Shimon Peres, who said, "We do not in this part of the world have the choice to be pessimistic. We choose to be optimistic," unquote. And that's how I approach the challenges addressed in the resolution before us. I commend that resolution to delegates.
Thanks, Michael. Susan Templeman.